Nation, Sanbunan Bafetu. Welcome back to Football Trends with me. Okay, BA Siadala Bafetu. Today we are playing the last game of the season, and if wouldn't you know it, we are playing home away from home. So yeah, we will be playing at Devon, which will be using Moses Mabhida Stadium as the borrow for the home ground advantage for us because yeah, well, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, thina nje into esiyizele ukushaya ukuthela induku nje kuphela. But anyways, speaking in terms of the game, I do have my lineup prediction for today's game. This is how I think Kaizer Chiefs should or they would line up against Chippa United. So starting at the back, as I've said earlier before, I wouldn't want to change, Umjita Brandon Peterson, my captain, he needs to continue. And speaking of captain, did I talk to you guys about Tukwini Kuuti? He might be leaving at the end of the season. Well, anyways, it's fine. We're not there. So we do have the goalkeeper, and then we look at the left back here too. As I've said earlier on, I play Bradley Cross. Why? To keep the consistency, to keep them fresh and ready for the World Cup. So yeah, definitely we need him. And then we look at the right back. I would play Ulrich Frosler. I wouldn't mind in terms of that. He did talk, recently about the improvement of the club and everything else in between. But we're not going to speak about that right now because right now we're just talking about, the lineup prediction for today's game. I know lineup is we are playing at around 3 p.m. It's 3 p.m., not a.m. 3 p.m. The match will be kicking off. So, quite interesting. I'm not too sure in terms of how much ticket, but I don't think they have sold out yet. So, I think they are still available if ever you do want to purchase a ticket. And then we look at the left center back. As I've said, not many changes there. I bring in Aiden McCarthy as the left center back, and then we look at the right center back. I bring in Given Msimango. Msimango has been doing exceptionally well. Him paired with McCarthy, they're doing an incredible job of it too. I don't see any problems in terms of those two players. And then we look at the defensive midfielder. I would bring in Nomabowe. Again, same reason. We need consistency and we need the players to be better ready for the World Cup if ever they are going to make it to the final squad, because it's a big game. And yeah, definitely it's something emergency big. And remember, as I've said earlier on, they still do have friendly games that they will be playing before the actual games. You get a FIFA World Cup. And then we look at the I know, guys, there's players who traveled with the rest of the team, but chances of them playing they're very slim. And then we look at the central midfielder. I would play Umjita Ngosingphile Ngcobo. And then we look at the attacking midfield. I know there's Upe but I'm not sure which position he plays. So maybe he will be playing centrally, or maybe he will be playing as an attacking midfielder. I'm honestly not sure with it. I'm still waiting to see how he's going to be introduced, if ever he's going to get some minutes today. And then we look at the attacking midfielder. I would bring in Ethan Chislett and I do not mind in terms of that. And then we look at the left winger. I bring in Umfundo Vilagazi. Yes, he's not suspended, he's available, and I would love to see him play because Umfana does some magic. So yeah, bring in Umfundo Vilagazi, let him play. If asifuna umdlala lapho singamfaka as an attacking midfielder, but then definitely that would mean we'll need to place Opule Modi as a left winger. So for me, I would not mind doing it like this. And then we look at the right winger. Obviously, Makabili Lepo is not available. So for the first time in a long time, I would love to see Asane Levelapai starting on that position. Because honestly speaking, Asane Levelapai is a right winger by nature. Yes, he does play left winger, but originally he's a right winger. So I just want to see what he can be able to give to us currently playing as a right winger on this new system that we are currently playing. Because at the end of the day, we are dependent on the player. We signed him, we went to Amakot and yes, We did not go to court. He did with his lawyers, but at the end of the day, we were waiting for him. And yeah, it is something that we are hoping to see what the boy can do for the club. Same as Luke Batman. Now, he might get some minutes today, but the problem is I don't think he will start. He might come in a bit later on. So yeah, big ups to the boys. And then we look at the center forward. Center forward, I would start Nadi Hlongwane. I do not mind, but I know the coach is probably going to start with Tashrik Morris or Kanye Samayo, depending on who they think will be best suited for the job. But for me, I would not mind starting with Unaledi Hlongwane. Well, the reason is clear. He's been doing exceptionally well with it. He has scored a few goals and he's been having a good run. So I wouldn't mind, bringing him, or even bring him after the second half, a bit later on, just to see what the boy can be able to do. But so far, I feel like this would be a great starting 11 for us when we play against Chippa United. Yes, I know we have a lot of youngsters up front, but at the end of the day, I've said it before, Kaizer Chiefs is a club that is looking to do business with most youngsters. They are looking to, grow the club with youngsters, and that is the direction that we are going into. So why not give them a chance? Like, especially on games like this. If Vaspanig is on a game like this, where do we want to give them that chance? On a game where there's a lot of pressure, where they will be surely struggling, to get some minutes in and do certain things. No, let's put them in currently. So yeah, this is how I would start up. And then in terms of a benchini, obviously your Serino, that's where you have your Serino, your Pulemodi, your Ox if available, all those other players now corner, just to make sure that they provide a backup, because savings of my substitute is to make sure that it's a backup. They are available for when we need to make changes, or in general we decide, okay, definitely we need to do something different. So jumping to your comments, Buffeto, by the way, please don't forget to like the video if you have watched until here, and I'll go like a video. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. And then I do have Osandile when it comes to the comment section. Sandile Mbanja says Wola Kosi for life. Wola Koslami. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for always supporting football trends with OQB. And then we have Ulu Nisa says, I will not use the players selected to eliminate risk of injury. The match is not going to make any difference on the standings. That is true. We have a very, very good point. But also, just to keep the momentum and the continuity, I would blame those players, because at the end of the day, I don't see any risk with Peterson, being injured. All I see is him, equaling which definitely that will look good for him, and also it will be a mentality he has managed to keep clean sheet through and through. So for the World Cup abe corner and do what he needs to do, so that's why I wouldn't mind playing him. Same as Umambo, I wouldn't mind playing him. He's not an injury prone guy. I don't think he will pick up an injury today out of all days, but hey, it's football, anything can happen. So yeah, we will see. Also, same as Ukros now, and then I know Monyane probably is being rested, but now I'm far today in high and keep frost. But anyways, we will see as time goes on. And then let me jump to another comment. Utepo says, Ola QP, it's been a minute, and salute to the Kosi Nation. Lungisa, I'm with you there, my guy. I would rather play the players that are currently not playing currently. Well, I do agree with you. So with Funela that continuity and consistency from the players, definitely about you that are doing well. But also what you're saying is true. We can change the players, if we play players who are not regulars, maybe like move out. I would rather play Ofia Gentwari. I know he's available. And then we look at the left back. I would not play Marco, but he's the only one who is available. So that would mean we play Pasaka Marco, which means it's a lot of changes. Refroslas Yamega, and then we look at the centre back pairing. which we get exposed. When we have Umako, we get exposed, especially at the back. So quite interesting. I don't know. Maybe bring Umigale as the left center back. Yeah, bring Umigale as the left center back. Simbone nje ukuthi makadlala nomsimango, what can he do? And then we look at the defensive midfielders. Singatshintsha sifake bani la. Maybe we can play with Qele. We can start with Utabo Qele. Because I'm not sure about which position does he play. If you do know, please let us know in the comment section. This is the current position that he plays, or these are the positions that he plays. So I was like, okay, this is where he can play. But these are the changes that I would make. These are the only changes that I would make, you know. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. But 3 p.m. That is the time. 3 p.m. the match will be kicking off.